Good afternoon, friends, followers, and channel members. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, what a great day for a flight. And it's in the afternoon as well, so all of you, well, I say afternoon, of course, that's where I currently am in the world. So all of you who are out to treat your special someone this evening, I will not get in the way with an evening stream tonight. And the clouds have parted as well, giving us some beautiful sunshine. We are in Venice, headed to the capital of love, Paris, of course, coming into Paris Saint-Germain. So really looking forward to this one and spending the afternoon on a Monday. What better way to spend a Monday than to have the company of you guys. Thank you so much for all coming along. We are, of course, on VATSIM as per usual. I don't know if we've actually got anyone with us. I think we're kind of alone. How ironic. Are we alone here in... oh, we've got a British Airways. Is that possibly Nick? I don't know. But looks like we're getting all good to go. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming along on this Monday afternoon. Hope you've got some great things planned for the rest of your Monday. We can discuss that in the cruise. So those of you watching on Facebook, hello. Those of you on Twitch, hello. Linewing, have we got any special Valentine's catering on board? I don't know. What would you like? They've just loaded the catering on, I've just seen, so perhaps maybe. There's got to be some wine on board, hasn't there? A nice rosé or two. Really, the music and the route. Oh yeah, specially selected playlist for this. There we go. Sun is coming out. That's I love the way this happens in Microsoft Flight Simulator. You see the clouds part and the sun come out with the shadows being cast. So welcome, Drini Interactive Studio, Mark, Jean Ponte, Chalty. Hey Chalty, how you doing? It's been a while, mate. Hope you've not been working too hard. J Hug, hello. Barry Barton, Laurid, Simon. Good to see you as well. Dark Fury, welcome to the stream. Wally, Arthur, Christian, no, not a fire. You should know better than that by now. Nothing's on fire tonight, except maybe a nice steak, perhaps. Oh, flame-grilled steak in a nice romantic restaurant in Paris. That sounds beautiful. Sky's the limit. Hi, mate. How you doing? I am feeling better. Still a little bunged up, but certainly better than I was over the weekend. Yeah. Tyler, capped by Benice. Oh, we're getting close, mate. We're getting close to 20,000 subs. So thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to the channel recently. Finished Sim Pilot, hello to you as well. Linewing, you want chocolate and champagne? Well, okay then. Mark says, are we going to treat everyone to a McDonald's? Is that about as romantic as you get, Mark? She can even have a large meal and a McFlurry afterwards. Mark, you know how to treat a lady. It's Patrick, long time no see. Rudder pedals are Logitech ones, whichever they are inverted when on the ground and straight in the air it works. That doesn't sound right. That sounds very strange. LA Kids 143, good morning to you, Captain HMW. Captain London, hello. Dark Fury, yes, default airport. I know, shame on me. But of course, we've got the handcrafted one in Paris to look forward to. Right, shall we crack on? Operational flight plan is incoming for those of you who want to check this out on YouTube. So I'll just pin that to the chat. 1 second. There it is. So we'll pin that. There you go. Right, so you can go and check that out. And for our training captains on the membership levels, the highest tier, there will be a pre-departure brief video as well following this, so you'll be able to check that out. Right, let's get on board, shall we? So aircraft is in a turnaround state. I've already done quite a few of the pre-flight checks, but just to check, let's have a look at the overhead. Fuel pumps are off, bleeds are off, logo lights are on, etc. Everything up there looks fine. We're going to start that APU and we'll get some fuel on board as well. 1, 2, 3. Hit that start button. Right, fuelers. Where's the ground crew? Wrong button. So for our fuel today, we're going to load 5.5 tons of fuel. And we'll set that to real time as well. Right, so refueling is underway. So is that APU? That APU won't be available yet, will it? No. So the overhead panel is fine. We've got current QNH here on the ground is 1017, and center pedestal, etc. Everything's okay there. I've already been through and checked that this is all okay. Current cockpit door is open. Let's just go up to the glare shield, then we'll get the flight directors on 1 and 2, pop the constraints on, and our initial climb is going to be flight level 120. So let's go ahead and set that up. After that, we can just check ILS alignment is done, all systems are normal, jetway door is open, and we'll just pop the APU bleed on, give that a moment, and then we'll start let the passengers on board. Okay, let's do the box setup. Sky's limit, you're gonna fly with us. Oh, fantastic. Dr. Magic, good morning to you. Willie, how you doing, Willie? I don't seem to catch much of you anymore, as I don't stream during the day too much, and when I do, you're clearly a very busy man. But thank you for coming. Hopefully we can provide you with some Monday afternoon entertainment as we go. Right, so init request. Alternate today. Our alternate is Orly Airport, so not a million miles away. We want to get our passengers to Paris. We want to get our lovers to Paris tonight. Lima, Fox, Papa, Oscar. And our call sign today is... oh, would you look at that? I didn't realise that that had been updated. So now the flight number is actually the call sign. Fly-by-wire didn't used to do this. It used to give you the flight number rather than the call sign. Of course, it should be the call sign that goes in there. So we should see EasyJet Europe 31 Kilo Romeo. So that's something that I don't now have to go in and change. So very, very happy about that. Barry Barson, you've been a member for 8 months. Thank you so much for your support over that time, Barry. Really, really kind of you. Cost index of 8, flight level 300. Temperature is going to be -51. Tropo is 35667. Let's go ahead, pop that in. And our flight plan today has us departing runway 04 right on the Vic 8 X-ray departure. Now this is actually, believe it or not, this is actually a real world flight. So not only is it a real world a flight here on the stream between two love capitals of the world, but this is actually a real world flight. If you go ahead and search for this flight, you'll see that I think it departed maybe about an hour ago, something like that. So on flight radar 24, it is there. It's on the way. The pack, Andrew. Flight's about 1 hour 20 minutes. I think it says that in the video description. So there's our departure. Our arrival will be runway 26 left is planned. Is currently in use in Paris. There's 26 left, and that's going to be the Tinil 9 Whiskey. So many arrivals. I'm getting repetitive strain injury here. Ah, there we go. Finally, Tinil 9 Whiskey. I don't think I've ever searched as hard in my life for an arrival route. Now, the VIA is, bring those charts up. The 9 Whiskey VIA is Okipa. Can we find that one there? I don't like it when we have duplicates. Pop Okipa in, insert that, and that gives us 484 miles. I've got 507 miles on the operational flight plan, so let's just scroll through that and check for any abnormalities on there, shall we? Willie, oh thank you Willie for your very kind £2 super chat. And Willie says grab a latte on me. Right, let's check out that route, shall we? And HD is in the house. HD, what have you got lined up for Valentine's Day? Are you caressing a jet engine provocatively somewhere? Let me scroll through that, just took it to plan mode. See what this looks like on the arrival. The departure looks fine. Let's, as I'm going, clear that discontinuity. Let's go all the way up. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, that's fine. There's a manual leg, and then ATC would bring us in. So actually, that is exactly as I expect. So we can pop that back, and we're happy with the flight plan. RadNav page. What do we have on the departure? Is there a VOR? Yes, Tessera. Tango Echo Sierra. Pop that in. Of course, in the real aircraft, you don't have to do this because it's auto-tuned by default to the nearest VOR. So that's just something we need to throw in there for us. One thing I am also going to just quickly add into the fixes page, which I forgot about. I'm going to add in the waypoint Acado, which is Alpha Kilo Alpha Delta Oscar, and we'll just set a 027 radial. And that's for the engine out procedure. Okay, init B page. Let's check again operational flight plan for this. We have got 0 fuel weight 57.9, 57.9, that's fine, and 0 fuel weight center of gravity, headwind of 9. Fuel planning is 4, and what have we got on board? We've got 5.4. Takeoff weight then 63.1, and the CG. Oh, that's the 0 fuel weight CFG, isn't it? Hang on, let me just get the alternate fuel in there, which is, let's call that 0.7 tons, just for a bit of holding time as well. That should give us an extra 25 minutes of flight time. Lovely. The CFG is bang on 25. Right, onto the performance page then. Let's fire up the calculator. Let me just get that over there so you can see both calculator and the performance page. Now, I love this. The Venice, one of the love capitals of the world, its ICAO code spells lips. Runway 04 right. And get the METAR. QNH is still 101 set. Oh, continue. Something's gone wrong with the meaning of the METAR there. It's because it's obviously got variable in there, and the app didn't like it. But we can click continue, and it'll carry on working. Runway condition is indeed dry. Anti-IFs shall be off. Takeoff weight, we've just said, is 61.3. No, it isn't. It's 63.1. Takeoff CFG is forward, I think. Yes, forward. Takeoff thrust flex, config 1, and packs will be off. Ooh, a nice level runway as well. Okay, there we go. Full flex 70. Let's put those speeds in. 145. 145. 146. Transition altitude here is 6,000 feet. Thrust reduction acceleration value is... That's actually... That's got it spot on. Even though these haven't been programmed into the calculator yet for Venice. It is indeed 1,007 feet, so that's nice. The sim has rounded that up anyway to 1,010. Let's select flaps 1, the flex 70. And we're all done. I'll tell you what I haven't done. Thankfully, they'll be in such a mad rush to get on the aircraft. Let's tell the passengers that they can board, shall we?
Cabin crew refueling is underway and the bags are starting to get loaded, so let's open the doors and allow our passengers on board. Thank you. No problem.
So the performance calculator that you have just seen me use is still in beta. It's not yet released. It's basically one that we've developed based on real-world software as well, which is really nice. It's probably as accurate as we're going to get here, and certainly accurate enough for the simulator. Remember, if you are a channel member, mid-tier and higher tier, you have access to the beta version as well. But hopefully we're going to look to release that in the next 3 weeks or so. Right, while the passengers are now boarding, let's do our brief. So, first of all, the weather here in Venice, yeah, could be worse, could be better. If we have a quick look outside, we can see, yeah, so a few low-lying clouds, but visibility isn't going to be an issue. And our takeoff weight is going to be below the maximum landing weight. We've got a nice long runway available to us as well, so getting back in here shouldn't be a problem if there's an issue. Aircraft is the experimental version of the fly-by-wire aircraft. No times to concern us during our departure and taxi out today. Threats to be aware of, a little bit of terrain, and throughout the entire flight actually we will be flying over the Alps, so we need to keep an eye on that and just have some good situational awareness and escape routes and things, just in case something goes bang. Have a look at the MSA, and we can see that's 7,200 feet, and then we're straight up into the higher terrain. So yeah, just need to be a little bit wary on this flight today. Let's have a look then how we're going to do the taxi out. So we are parked currently at stand 326, pushing back, facing south. It's going to be Mike, cross 04 left, and then holding at Alpha. Departure then. We have some speed restrictions on the departure. I'm just going to double check now that these waypoints match up with what I've got on the flight plan for them to do. So we should have, what have we got? We've got 4, which departure we're doing, the X-ray. So 488, 489, 490, 81, and then Vic, flight level 120, and max speeds of 200 knots. Let's just go down and check the performance page again. So we're going to fly that then at, we might as well fly that at airspeed, aren't we, 191. So keep that configured, 191. We don't have to pre-select, we have pre-selected rather, so I don't have to worry about pulling speed. So, all done. Sadly, no ATC online, so we're on our own. But I think passengers are more or less all done and boarded. Told you they'd be in a rush to get on board, didn't I? Just checking the fuel, checking that's balanced.
Welcome on board our EasyJet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free, and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's run our before start checklist. So, final paranoia check on the overhead. Before start checklist is complete. Signs are on and auto. Ideas, I've checked 3.5 green. That fuel quantity we've just checked, 4580, is balanced. FMGS is set, and the altimeter is 1017, showing at 20 feet. Right, let's get the ground crew en route.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, may I welcome you on board this EasyJet aircraft for your flight today. The ground crew and the fueling crew have all finished, and we're just about finished with all our cockpit preparation up here. The cabin crew are making their final checks as they work through the cabin, so if you could please get yourselves sat down, comfortably with your seatbelts securely fastened and give them their full
Okay,
attention
sir. The bypass
as they
pin is
begin
installed.
their
All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment
Please
is
welcome
removed.
aboard today to the
Standing by
EasyJet
for
Super
pushback.
members, who of course are welcome to free complimentary drinks throughout the flight. Once we reach our cruising altitude, our cabin service will commence and the cabin crew will be able to provide you with drinks, snacks and merchandise throughout the duration of the flight. Once again, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with EasyJet today. We'll have an update for you when we are airborne.
Okay, let me just check. We're on Unicom 122.8. So we'll look now at
Traffic
letting the ground, letting the other aircraft here on the ground now.
Facing south.
So that's Dark Fury pushing back. We'll make a similar announcement. Venice traffic, Alpine 31 Kilo Romeo, pushing back from stand 326 south on mic. So there's our ATC clearance. Let's get the beacon light on.
Venice traffic, hello, this is Speedbird 15 Tango Charlie, stand 320 pushing back.
Everyone's pushing back. Okay, before start, checklist below line. Windows and doors are closed and armed. Beacon light is on. Phone is on silent. Parking brake is set.
Cabin crew, please arm doors and cross-check.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push. Parking brake set.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Okay, back we go. Let's get the engine started. So engine mode selected to start and starting engine 1. And 2 is increasing. Always a paranoia check on the overhead. So we've got the British Airways pushing back to the right of us, and Delta Airlines. I think he's lost. Well, welcome to Italy. Of course, Delta will fly to Italy, but perhaps not in an A320.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with EasyJet.
Okay, so we'll just get our tug driver to push us back straight. That actually was probably one of the best pushes we've done in a while. That was neat. And we'll hold our push back
Okay,
there.
pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake set. ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Clear to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Engine number 2 is started. Let's do the after start flows. So engine mode select to normal. APU bleed is off. I'm just looking at the low cloud base of those and the temperature. I'm thinking I am going to have to use anti-ice. So anti-ice is coming on. APU master is coming off. I will go into the performance. I'll knock 5 off. So that's now 65 for the anti-ice. And then spoilers, rudder, flaps 1, trim, and I'll also do a control check. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, rudder, full left, and neutral. Just pull up the ground chart one moment so we're 100% certain where we're going. So straight down on Mike, a right hand turn, and that continues all the way to holding point Alpha, just crossing the threshold slightly of 04 left. Venice traffic, Alpine 31 Kilo Romeo, taxiing now to holding point Alpha for runway 04 right, via Mike and crossing 04 left.
Taxi traffic, speedbird 15 whiskey behind the taxiing A320 EasyJet will taxi via Mike Sierra, taxi on runway 22 right and hold at Bravo short 04 right.
Okay, we'll add a little bit of thrust, that'll get us going.
And Venice traffic, speedbird 1 at 2 Tango Charlie, taxi to runway 04 right via Mike and Alpha, cross runway 04 left, Venice traffic.
Quick pets check, so performance has changed ever so slightly. We've now got the anti-ice on, but QNH still 1017. Engine out procedure is standard here. 1600 feet at right hand turn to the Ocado holding point, which we can see showing just there. Inbound track is 207. Departure is the Vic 8 X-ray. And our stop altitude is 1,000. No, it isn't. It's 12,000 feet. Oh, 120. When 04 left is closed, you can actually use it as taxiway. Oh, local knowledge. Good, because that's what I'm doing. And Venice traffic, Alpine 31 Kilo Romeo, just update, we're now using 04 left, which is closed as a taxiway to holding point Alpha, runway 04 right.
Thanks for that, just noticed myself.
So we're still going to go right to the very end. Before takeoff checklist to the line, flight controls have been checked, departure briefing is confirmed, flap setting config 1, FMA takeoff data, 145 blue, 146 magenta, climbing up blue, 1FD2, 12,000 blue, flex 65, transponder is set, ECAM memo, takeoff, no blue, and EFB is stowed.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please.
So here's our holding point for 04 right. So we'll just hold that there. Okay, just pop those parking brakes on, and then we shall check approach path is all clear. Let's get the lights on. Venice traffic, Alpine 31 Kilo Romeo, lining up runway 04 right for the Vic 8 X-ray departure.
Venice traffic, this is Speedbird 16 Tango Charlie, lining up runway 04 right at Alpha behind the departing EasyJet A320 behind.
And guys, I don't know if you can just hear me, but everything in my flight deck has just frozen. So I don't know if you can hear me at all. I am completely stuck. So I don't know if... Oh, hang on. Oh, we're back. I had no idea what happened there. How strange was that? Everything just stopped. Don't like the sound of that. Right. Pack's off. Let's get out of here, shall we? I lost the mouse. No, the batteries didn't run out. The entire PC just froze, like I'd never known it before. The mouse disappeared, and yeah, I lost everything. I was thinking, oh, I don't believe this. Before takeoff, checklist below the line. Cabin is secured, engine mode selector is null, TCAS TA-RA, packs are off, anti-ice is on. Maybe Sim Update 8 will fix these little issues. Okay, we've done all the checklists. We're good to go. I'm just going to do a final paranoia checklist now because that little freeze threw me. But yeah, no, everything looks okay. Right, take off. Finish traffic, Alpine 31 Kilo Romeo, departing runway 04 right.
Venice traffic, Speedbird 12 Tango Charlie, lining
Take
up
off.
04 right via Alpha.
Setting 50% M1. And set takeoff thrust. Man flex SRS runway. That was certainly the longest stutter I have ever had.
100 now.
Checked. And V1, rotate. Very light winds here as well, which is nice. Nav.
Operative right, gear up.
And Venice traffic, Speedbird 12 Tango Charlie, rolling, correction, taking off runway 04 right for the Roberts X-ray.
I would have left a couple of minutes just for separation there, but never mind. Thrust climb. Climb. Autopilot 1 engaged.
Departing British Airways aircraft line up runway 04 right,
A320 from 04 right.
Blocked. I do like this departure out of Venice, and if you're sat on the right hand side of the aircraft you're getting some lovely views at the minute, but I'm just watching as we hold S-speed throughout these turns.
Delta 3722 pushing back, runway...
Oh, we've got some rain. So we're now doing a climb up to flight level 120 set. HD doing an early right turn over the city. That would annoy the locals, would it not? Come on, it's Valentine's Day. They're just finishing work. They'll be getting ready to go out, eat pizza. I am loving those rain effects on the windows, though. Oh, it's not raining on the left-hand side of the aircraft. It was just the right-hand side. Just the right-hand side. You're getting wet. I suppose the edge of the cloud has to fall somewhere. What's quite nice as well is this is the actual departure that it looked like the real aircraft took a couple of hours ago.
Taxi traffic, speedbird 15 whiskey, takeoff, runway 04 right on the Vic 6 Mike departure.
Vic 6 Mike? You rebel. Just turn the brightness up a little bit as we're through the clouds.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin.
Oh,
Remember,
do like the cloud
smoking
surfing.
is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Okay, coming up now, flight level 100. I'm going to pop that into managed speed. We'll start to accelerate away. We'll clean up. We'll clear ourselves up to now flight level 200. There we go. Flap 0. Spoilers to sound.
Romeo from speedbird 1 to Tango Charlie, report speed please.
And we'll get those lights off. Need to turn the brightness up, I think, on those. Let's release the cabin crew. We could probably release passengers.
31 Kilo Romeo from speedbird 1 to Tango Charlie, report speed please.
Alpine 31 Kilo Romeo, increasing now to 290 knots.
Okay, roger, we'll maintain 250 knots. To give some space.
Roger, there was the speed restriction out of Venice which held us at 191.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now turned off the seatbelt sign and you are now free to move around the cabin. We do recommend, however, when in your seat, that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence.
I hope it's still going to be slightly light in Paris when we get there. It should be. The days are now getting longer, aren't they, as we head out of the winter months here in the Northern Hemisphere. Okay, so as we continue our climb up, just checking the cruise altitude today is flight level 300. Optimum is 39, so we've got no issues with that. Let's continue flight level 300 blue. And just a little bit of cloud we can see there. I'll just leave it till we've climbed above that, then we shall get the anti-ice off. Clearing out the radnav page as well. I'll also get rid of that engine out fix, as that's no longer needed. So that's all done. My apologies. I do keep forgetting you can't see the McDo when I'm tapping away on a tablet in front of me. Oh, the weather in Venice looks a little grey and rainy, doesn't it? Let's see what Paris has to offer. To be fair, I think Paris is very similar when we get there. We could have some rain showers on arrival, so we'll keep an eye out for that. That will look very scenic, I'm sure, coming in. RLS Print and Design, can anyone help please? You changed from the stable version of the fly-by-wire to development version and now you can't use Microsoft Flight Sim ATC. No, that is correct, because it uses its own flight planner which is completely separate to Azobo, so Azobo can't read, the Azobo ATC can't read your flight plan anymore. Christian, you're still waiting for the moment I picked by accident the Phoenix for a stream flight. I did it the other day. I loaded in and was close to hitting go live, and then I realised, no, wrong one. So I had to quickly exit and respawn back in. Now this will be a good test for the fly-by-wire. So, can I put in what I thought was a stored way? Have I got any stored waypoints? Do you know what? I actually can't remember where the stored waypoints are. Here we go, stored waypoints. No, that's a new waypoint. I don't want a new waypoint. I wanted to see if I remember storing a while back the Alps one, whose identifier I now can't remember. Is it LPDS? If HD is still there. I know what is in there, so we can use DGAD. I want a radial of 225 and 090. There we go. So we can see the main line of the Alps just to the right of us at the moment. Alpha Lima Papa Delta Delta. Thank you. Now, is that in here? I thought I stored this a while ago. Let's see what happens. Not in database. Oh, that's a shame. I thought I'd stored that a while back. I bet it doesn't store it though every time you update to the next version of the fly-by-wire, which is a bit of a pain. Lawrence DK, the checklist that I use is actually a real world one. It's a bit out of date now, to be honest with you. So you'd probably be better looking on our Discord server for a more up-to-date one. Matt Hall, good afternoon to you. Hope you like Paris. Let's get rid of the anti-ice now. We're well above the cloud there. And it's much colder than needed as well, so no ice for the foreseeable. Oh, what should we do when we get to Paris? What's everyone's favourite meal if they're going out for a nice romantic meal with their other half? What's on the menu for you guys tonight? I'm very, very plain, boring and traditional and, well, Yorkshire. I like steak and chips, I'm not going to lie. A steak to me is quite nice. I might go posh and not have rump. Go for a nice cut. LA Kids 143, the fly-by-wire team have got an airframe to use, and the airframes are exactly the same for either the stable, developer, or experimental, so that really doesn't matter. HD donkey steak. Willie, haggis, yeah, obvious answer to that, Willie. Bacon burger, Christian. Treating the wife to a McDonald's then. Sky's limit. Oh yes, you're a steak as well. Dark Fury fish and chips. How northern. Mark a McChicken sandwich and a Big Mac. Oh, I might treat myself on the way home tonight to a large chocolate milkshake from McDonald's. I have to pass 2 McDonald's where I'm going tonight. Bravo 632. Oh, thank you so much. I'm not 100% recovered, but yeah, I'm recovered. Certainly enough to do this. I could not have flown on Friday. Who's chomping at my tail? Oh, actually, I'm zoomed out quite far, so they're not. Yeah, Friday. I really wanted to do the live stream, as I always do. I always want to spend time streaming with you guys, but I just couldn't do it. I felt awful. Not only that, you wouldn't have wanted to listen to me blowing my nose every 30 seconds. Oh, Jonathan, good call. Salmon. I remember once having an absolutely gorgeous sea bass. And I can't for the life remember where in the world I was. I want to say Cyprus, but I'm not sure. Could have been Cyprus. Christian, you're talking about, self-made burgers, not the McDonald's rubbish. Hey, don't come on here slating McDonald's, Christian. You know the rules. Speed Alt Star. And Alt Cruise. We've just got a new fish and chip shop around where we are. Literally a 2-minute walk from us, and I'm yet to try it. Helm Sherry says, you guys are so full of happy thoughts, you're hungry already. Well, I'm getting hungry now. Actually, we've got salmon tonight. Whoever it was that just mentioned salmon. I'm cooking salmon later. Most of it will probably end up on the floor and not eaten, as happens regularly with the triplets, but never mind. Me, my wife, and my eldest will eat it.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, just to let you know, we've reached our cruising altitude for today, and we are not anticipating any major delays or bad weather ahead, so we should be arriving on time as planned. The cabin crew will now start to make their way around the aircraft, so please make sure that they are clear of any items you may have, and I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. A reminder that our EasyJet Sim pilot members are able to take advantage of free drinks throughout the duration of the flight. Thank you, and we shall have an update for you shortly.
So here we are cruising nicely, just skirting the Alps. I don't know if you can see them, a bit of too much cloud. Oh, actually, no, we can see them. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That's really nice. That's the kind of view that I could sit and look at all day until we run out of fuel. Let's have a look and see what the weather is en route for us today as we head up from Venice to Paris. I'm going to leave this route on. I've got the McDo in front of me, so I'll access the AAC menu and get a weather request. So we'll have a look, of course, for Milan. As we pass Milan, we can also have a look at. We'll have a look at both Geneva and Basel. So a couple of bases that we can divert to. So what's Basel? That's Lima Fox Sierra Bravo, isn't it? So we'll have a look at Basel. We'll have a look at Geneva as well. The Lima Sierra Golf Golf. Of course, finally Paris. Keep an eye on what's happening there. So I've just sent the weather request off for Milan, Basel, Geneva and Paris. I'll have to see what the turbulence is like over the Alps today. Tom, sky's the limit. Have you obviously flying the real things? Have you ever, and I can't ask this question to HD because he doesn't have Microsoft Flight Simulator, have you ever replicated your OFP in Microsoft Flight Simulator just to compare, see what it looked like? That's a real geeky thing to do, isn't it? But I think that's why we're all here. RLS printer design. Oh, Marks and Sparks, yeah. An M&S meal Valentine deal for 2 for you tonight, and you might even share some with the wife. Just catching up with the chat. Who's talking about a love sausage? Hey, this is a family show. Jonathan, we're over Verona right now. Well, there you go. One of the world's greatest love tragedies took place in Verona. Has anyone been to see that at the cinema recently? I wanted to go when it first came out, but I didn't want to sit there for 3 hours with a mask on. Company message has come through, so let's see what's happening. Well, let's take us through those metals, see if we've got anything interesting to look forward to.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So Milan looks good, Basel looks good, Geneva, it's raining, a few clouds at 800 feet. Okay. Might not see the pylon to the last minute. And what have we got in Paris at the moment? So that was half an hour ago. 220 at 10, varying. Good visibility, showers of rain. I think it's just going to be showers of rain all the time in Paris. Uh, 1903, why does Chewin stream on Twitch when you get over 100 viewers here and only 6 on Twitch? Well, we're not as big on Twitch. The channel started on YouTube. Actually, do you know what? That is a lie. The first streams were done on Twitch a long time ago. Well, I said long time ago, maybe 18 months ago. Twitch was the first one, but YouTube is where it's at. HDC, cumulonimbus with an in-op weather radar. Great. There's nothing I can do. Quite low today, actually, aren't we? 30,000 feet. Right, we'll do a fuel check when we get to Sierra Romeo November. What fuel did we take with us? We took 5.5 tons, so that's 5, 6, 7. So we should have about just under a ton extra than what we have on the operational flight plan. So at Sierra Romeo November, I should have, just scrolling down the operational flight plan here, should have about 3.7 tons. That's not going to be too far off, actually. We've got 4.1 at the minute. HD, no problem, mate. I shall catch you in a little bit, I'm sure. So we are edging ever closer to the magic 20,000 mark. What are we at? Oh, 19,943. 57 more subscribers to go. We've hit 20,000, which is just absolutely unbelievable. Really, really is. And what we're going to do to celebrate that, I have no idea. We're going to have to do something. It's got to be some sort of full-day event, hasn't it, to thank you guys for all you've done to help the channel grow in the last 18 months. It's not even been 18 months, I don't think, has it? Not quite. September, October, November, December, January, February. Oh, it's going to be about 18 months, yeah. Okay, so we'll be on the ground in about an hour. Let's start having a look at what is going to happen with our arrival. Tell you what, as everything's looking quite good in the flight deck, should we have a nice window view? I think that will do. Or we could, we could look outside. That's just full of fluffy white clouds. Christian, you think it's time for another line check? Hey, you want to get one of those a year? Has it been a year since the last one? Let's have a look and see how we're going to do this arrival. Jonathan, can you subscribe thrice? Well, only if you set up 3 different accounts, but that would be a pain. Lou, would you be my easy Valentine? Hey, I'm not easy. Dark Fury, 4 sectors in America. Oh man, can we save that to 50k? Right, let's have a look and see. Wheels247, thank you so much for subscribing and helping us on our way to the magic 20,000 mark. Alright, so we need to monitor these constraints. Tinil, we're going to be on the Tinil 9 Whiskey arrival. We're expecting runway 26 right, I think it is. No, sorry, 26 left. 26 left. Tinil 9 Wixie. So we have got a constraint there, file 280. We've then got Fox 301, 160, and then we're going to come in via Okipa, initial approach fix. Now, of course, in real life, Charles de Gaulle, massive airport. Maybe not so much since COVID hit, but obviously pre-COVID, you could probably expect to hold here, particularly during busy times, of course. We're going to leave Okipa, and we'll leave Okipa at a maximum flight level 110, minimum flight level 70, and we're going to be heading out on the 329 radial from Okipa, and from there we're just going to vector ourselves in and around to Paris Charles de Gaulle. ATC, of course, would bring us in, wouldn't they? So that is pretty much it. Straightforward. Transition altitude for arrival here is 5,000 feet, and our platform altitude is 4,000 feet. Minimum safe altitude is 3,200 feet as we come in, and as it stands, there's no issues with visibility, so it is going to be a Cat 1 approach, and that's 517. ILS frequency is 10835. Airport elevation is 317. Let's have a quick look at our missed approach. Straight ahead, 4,000 feet. Continue to Papa Golf 433, 4,000 feet as directed. Okay, so we'll pop those 2 waypoints as well in the fixes page, just in case anything goes wrong. But initially it's 4,000 feet. Toby 1982, thank you so much for subscribing as well. Captain Limited, what is the number in place of your name on the VATSIM? Oh, I see. So that's just your VATSIM user number. That's all it is. let's have a look about our taxi afterwards. So we are going to vacate. It'll be Victor 4, Victor 3, and then we'll hold at crossing point Sierra 3 to check for traffic departing on 26 right. So I'm just making a note of my expected taxi in now. So it's going to be Sierra, then Sierra 3. From there we'll take it's Tango 6. And then we will go down Tango. Just looking, I'm not too familiar, to be fair, with Paris. So let me just bring up the arrival charts. This is going to be huge, isn't it? There's that many different charts here. Airport briefing general, right, arrival. Speed restrictions. So 160 until 4 mile final as well. We need to remember that. But that's pretty straightforward. Radar vectoring, wake turbulence, ILS use. So the outer runways are used for arrivals. That's what we're arriving on. That's okay. The inner ILS is off most of the time. Oh, interesting. Well, we're not landing on that, so that's okay. Oh, LA Kids 143, thank you so much for your very kind $10 super chat. Really, really generous of you, LA Kids. And he says, Gavin, thanks to you and the members of the stream for your continuing help. Oh, LA Kids 143, you are more than welcome. Thank you so much for your continued support of the channel. And you, of course, are a vital cog in helping us reaching that massive 20,000 subscribers. Thank you once again. Very, very generous of you. Really do appreciate that, LA Kids. Pilots requested to vacate 26 left. I'm just focusing on 26 left because that's what we're going to be arriving on. Shortest possible time, except in LVP, by using the earliest high-speed turn-off in compliance with safety. After fully vacating the runway, aircraft to hold short of the inner runway at the holding point allocated by the tower. After vacating 26 left, after landing, must never cross 26 right without clearance. If they're online, of course. Once cleared to do so, pilots should cross rapidly, perpendicular to the inner runway, contact ground frequency, only after the inner runway has been crossed and vacated. So 26 left, we're looking at Victor 432. Yeah, Victor 4, 3, and 2. Specific instructions for A380 26 left. We don't have any problems with that. I'm just having a look to see if there's any other information that we can do without ATC online, because I don't think they are online. Otherwise, I think we're just going to be on our own. Visual separation, training. Yeah, okay. Right, so it is. We're going to vacate on Victor 432, whichever. Then Sierra 3. And then it looks like we have to turn left on Tango. So left on Tango. And from here, can we come back onto Romeo, if I'm understanding this correctly? Yeah, so left on Tango to Romeo Tango 2 or 1. Let's call it Romeo Tango 2. From Romeo Tango... sorry, Romeo Tango 1. It's Romeo Tango 1. From Romeo Tango 1, we can then enter Romeo. And then we'll just taxi to the gate. Terminal 2. Right, well, hopefully that, I'll tell you what, the taxi brief is far more complex than the arrival brief. So we vacate Victor 432, we stop at CO3, check for crossing traffic. We can then go on Tango 6, we take a left on Tango, right on Romeo Tango 1. I think from there we can then make a right. In fact, is there... Oh, here we go. So this is the arrival from the west configuration. No, arrival from east configuration. Oh, right, so it's the large dashed arrows. So in which case... we should be able to... I think we should be able to go straight on. Right, it is. This is the arrow that works for us, I think. No, it isn't. It's the dashed ones. Oh God, is there anyone here that's actually been to Paris and can tell us where to go? I can't see any reason why we couldn't, for the sake of simulator purposes, just go straight up there. And you know what? Unless ATC are on online, I think that's probably what we're going to do. Alright, well that's just been made simpler. 250 knots says we'll leave Okipa. We'll keep an eye on our track mileage as well to get us down to 5,000 feet, but it's a nice manual leg, so let's get some things in the box to help us. Ew, what's the temperature? Oh no, we're good. RLS Print Design, thank you so much for your £5 super chat. Very generous of you, RLS. And he says thank you for all your help, assistance, and valuable tutorials. RLS, you are certainly very, very welcome. Really kind, and appreciate that so much. Thank you. Okay, so first things first, let's get the RadNav page filled out, shall we? So, with the VOR on field, Papa Golf Sierra. That gives us a bit of situational awareness there. And this makes taxiing at Schiphol a lot easier. Hey, I'm telling you, Schiphol is as a pain as it is. As much of a pain as it is in size, Schiphol's really easy to taxi on. Wickstrom is west configuration, you're landing into the west. Oh, of course. I'm reading it literally rather than thinking about it. Thank you, Wickstrom. So we've got RadNav page filled out. What else can we use? So for jets, we want to be Fox 302. We want to be 2,800 feet. Well, you know, sorry, 28,000 feet. That's okay. That's only 2,000 feet to lose, so we can do that. Sort of like 6 miles away from there. That's not my main concern. My main concern is then let's get to call it 10,000 feet by Okipa. 10,000 feet at Okipa. So we're going to use our fixes page for that. And we're already at 30,000 feet, aren't we? So it's 20,000 feet. What's our wind doing? Crosswind, so that's negligible. So 246. We also have to slow down as well. So let's call that 70 miles from there. Check that that's on. There it is. So there's our top of descent line. Now, just wondering if we can help with our sort of manual vectoring here. It's quite a long manual leg, this, isn't it? If you have a look from Papa Golf 5 to 2. I'm just scrolling down to check we've got that in there. Yeah, there it is. If you can just see right at the top, there's Papa Golf 522. Then we've got a huge manual leg. So I'm wondering if we add a waypoint, sort of, however many miles out. I'll calculate that in a sec, just to give us something to target and capture the ILS on. Peter Scarrett. Wow, Peter, you've got a promotion today. Senior ACC controller and a pay rise. Peter, congratulations. Oh, that makes Valentine's Day even better. Oh, thank you so much, of course, to your very, very kind super chat donation. Peter, that is fantastic news. Promotions to senior ACC controller. And correct me if I'm wrong, is that at Copenhagen, Peter? Sorry if I've got that wrong. That is fantastic. Really, really, really good news. HD says, I'll try and work you harder next time he's in Copenhagen. Wow. Fantastic, Peter. Of course, I know you'll do a fantastic job. Of course you'll do a fantastic job. You wouldn't have been promoted if you weren't already doing an amazing job. Right, what was our... let's look at where we're going to capture the ILS. So, what distance is that? That's 11.6 miles. If we created a waypoint, let's call it 30 miles out from there, that would help. So, after Papa Golf 522, let's pop in a place bearing distance point. This is the first time I've done this without just messing around, and it's actually going to be useful. So we want the place, which is LFPG 26 left. We want a bearing of what's the track? It's 264, so that's 084, isn't it? The radial 084. And a distance of, we capture it at 11.5 miles, 12.5, let's call it 13 miles out. Let's pop that in just here. Place bearing distance 1. There we go, now I should be able to go direct here from Papa Golf 522. HD, go to the 4.2 DME waypoint. Where was that? Which chart were you looking on for that HD? Oh, sorry. There you go. Is it that one, isn't it? The IF. Right. There we go. Why did I not just enter the IF at 14.2? That would have made sense. Instead of me trying to work it out. Well, it's in there now. What is a shame is that you can't edit, or can you? Can you edit PBDs? If you can, let me know and we will. That's using the old logic again, isn't it? Work smarter, not harder. So HD, we'd have to delete it and redo it. I can do that. I am liking the music today. What was the radial? 084, wasn't it? 084, 14.2 miles. There we go. HD, you had this discussion with a colleague the other day regarding command training. So many of the younger guys are doing it by the numbers, not actually thinking. That's me. Nice to be referred to as a younger guy, though, HD. That's just made my Valentine's Day. I can guarantee you, my wife will not be calling me that at any point now or in the future.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. Full details can be found in your in-flight brochure. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So, HD says that it's probably already a waypoint. That's fine. Where would we find it? Because I'm pretty certain it's not called IF. And obviously we've just got distances here from both the VOR and the ILS DME. So, if I go on the initial approach page, it's also not shown. Hey Peter. Oh Peter, thank you once. Wow, thank you again for a really, really kind super chat again from you, Peter. It says you should be able to edit. It's Eric's exposition. You do the LNAV and VNAV for fly-by-wire. Do you, Peter? I did not know that. Have our paths not crossed on the Discord server? Or do you use a pseudonym name, an alias? Let's just see if that's there. Oh, I see how you're trying to find that waypoint name. Is that going to come up? I'm not so sure it is. Whoa! What's going on there? We've just lost 700 feet. Oh, sky's the limit, Tom. That Children of the Box, was that some? What was it called? That what was that other one? The Children of the Magenta. Is it that one? Something like that, isn't it? I remember. I've never seen it, but I remember reading about it. The waypoints are not showing, sadly. Unless it takes a moment to load. Children of the Magenta Line. Thank you, Willie. That was the one I was trying to think of. Christian, you've got some errands to run. Thank you very much for coming on board with us today. I hope that errand, Christian, is going to rush out and buy yourself some nice food for tonight. Tell if there's a name there or not. Well, we've got it programmed in now the old-fashioned way, so we're okay. I'm just keeping an eye on the temperatures. We're cloud surfing at the moment.
Geneva traffic, EZ6903, turning downwind ILX runway 2221.
Some traffic coming into Geneva. Oh, Peter! Wow, you've been so generous today, Peter. You're celebrating. I feel like I'm celebrating with you. A fantastic news you've received today. Peter, once again, thank you so much for your very, very kind support of the channel. And you do use a different name on Discord. Fair enough, Peter. Maybe our paths have crossed then. Apologies if I've complained about anything. I don't complain. I never complain about anything the fly-by-wire team do. I think they're fantastic. Mark, the captain of your EasyJet flight from Manchester last year was in the category looked very young. You can become a you can become an FO sort of like, well, 21, 22 easily. Really are surfing those clouds today, aren't we, with this low altitude? I say low, it's 30,000 feet. It's not that low. But by comparison it is. And we've still got 70 miles until our top of descent. So we've been through, briefed how we're going to do the approach. For anyone that's just joining us, our top of descent gets down to 10,000 feet at Okipa from Okipa, where they're going to fly 329 radial. Well, actually, we pass Papa Golf 522. Then it's 329 radial. That's going to bring us on to the IF. As we do that, we'll obviously get a green dot, flaps 1 before the IF, and then flaps 2 as we get to meet the glide slope. Platform altitude is 4,000 feet today. Tom, sky's limit. To be fair, you trained with the GU1000s on the on the 172. However, I do JA flying out of Fair Oaks using the old gauges, like all the oldies. In things like the Cessnas and, you know, single prop aircraft, I prefer the old gauges. And I think that goes back to being a young teenager flying Microsoft Flight Simulator 95, when you had got the old steam gauges and you just learnt to use those. Even in the simulator, it was great. And then when I had some lessons in sort of my mid-teens, again, it was they didn't have fancy glass cockpits. They were all steam gauges, and you used to learn using those. So while I love the electronics and the simplicity and the ergonomics of the Airbus, whoa, wind shear. Yeah, whilst I love all that here in the Airbus, throw me in a glass cockpit Cessna 172, and I just think, ugh. No, I want some analog gauges. Sky's limit. You were a FO at 21. Yeah, it's not out of the realms of possibility, that, is it? I know quite a few that have done it in very, very early 20s. Marky may do a PPL one day. That's the dream, isn't it? AC, you did your first VATSIM flight yesterday, thanks to watching your videos. Flying into Gatwick probably wasn't the best option, but we made it. The approach readback needs some work. Yeah, AC, Gatwick wouldn't have been my first choice. It really wouldn't. I think, to be fair, my first VATSIM flight probably was Manchester, which is also kind of busy, but I knew Manchester very, very well. And the procedures there, so it wasn't too bad. Peter Scarab, you know the pay rise you've just got, Peter. Please save it. Thank you so much. You are incredibly generous, Peter. And Peter says that, yeah, money well spent doing the early training. It is. You can reap those rewards for the next 40 years of your life. And HG says, without revealing too much, but I've heard stories of guys wanting to get off the runway quickly after an abandoned takeoff due to a fire for commercial reasons. If I've got a fire on the runway, I don't care about getting off it. I care about getting everyone off the plane. Simple Takeoffs! Hi, Gavin Chap. Glad to be back with you. Simple Takeoffs, welcome on board the Love bus. That sounded better in my head. Willie says, am I reading that right? Instead of sitting tight and waiting for the trucks. Yeah. So, I think HD is saying that they're trying to clear the runway so the airport can continue operating as normal. No, you've just had a big fire on takeoff. Forget everyone else. Human lives are far more important. Ellis YT, did I see the Phoenix A320NX scenery shot that they posted a while ago? Oh, yes, yes. Helen Crazy on Twitch. Hi, Gavin. When in descent out, do you follow the charts to be at the charts flight level, or contact ATC and let them know that you're descending for approach? Always contact. If ATC are online, you can't descend or do anything until they tell you to. You can, of course, ask them, because we've worked out where I want to start. I know where I want to start descending, and if I'm sort of like 5-10 miles in and ATC haven't yet told me to start heading down, then I'll say, come on, requesting descent, please. So we've got about 22, 23 miles to go. Sadly, no ATC online, but it is the middle of a Monday afternoon, and let's be fair, the French are probably gearing up for a heavy night.
Admiral traffic, this is Speedbird 12 Tango Charlie, leaving flight level 380, descending flight level 280 on the tunnel A with.
Right, I'm finally just going to go and get one final weather check. We'll enter everything into the perf page, then we should be ready to head down.
And school traffic, this is Speedbird 12 Tango Charlie, passing flight level 376, turning right, heading 335 degrees to avoid.
Tell you what I did get around to watching yesterday. Does anyone remember the China Airlines fire that occurred after they'd parked up and shut down? And that happened a while ago. I was watching the investigation, the aircraft investigation that ensued after that. That was crazy. Mind you, most disasters are, and of course nearly always preventable. Right, let me see, what have we got with our weather today? So this was 35 minutes ago. Wind is 190 at 9. Light showers of rain, cooler nimbus, 3,200 feet. Visibility is fine.
Range area traffic, Speedbird 15, Whiskey, flight level 320, descending now down to flight level 070.
Unit 1004.
Channel 9, Whiskey arrival.
So let's quickly go and enter all of that in. Slight crosswind coming in, isn't there, today, but nothing that should cause too much of an issue. My bad writing means I can't read what the decision altitude was. 517. I couldn't tell if it was 5 or a 3. 517 for that. Hotline the barrow. There we go.
EasyJet going to channel 9 whiskey arrival, flight level 350, descending flight level 70.
Okay, so we're now just crossing that line, and we're going to pop the constraints on. We can see that. Just checking all these constraints are mandatory. They're just below, so yeah, below 2816, and we're heading for 10,000 at Okipa. Time to go down.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will
Just start low descent 100 blue.
to our destination, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear, the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our EasyJet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
So we've thrown the anti-ice on as well. As we can see, it's a little bit cloudy as we start descending on our way into Old Paris. What am I explaining? Oh, okay. So the decision altitude. No, it doesn't go in the radio. It goes in the barrel. So we're not doing an auto land. So our decision altitude today, where we decide whether we're going to continue or not, gets put in the barrow, which means that we're going to use the altitude from our barometric altitude reading, which is the one that you use here on your navigation display. So when we get to 517 feet, as shown on here, then that's when we'll decide whether we're going to continue or not. If you are doing an auto land, however, you use the radio altimeter, which is, you'll see that anyway when we come into land. That's the one that calls out and starts 2,500, 2,000, 1,500. I don't know if it has a 1,500, but they're the automated call-outs. That uses the radio altimeter, which is a radio used in the back of the underbelly of the aircraft. And that measures how high you are from the ground. That's used for auto lands, but as we're not doing that today, we're using the barometric altitude as opposed to the aircraft's radio altimeter. And Paris traffic Alpine 31 Kilo Romeo, currently inbound Nanop, passing flight level 250 on the 1009 Whiskey arrival, speed slowing down 270 knots. So just reducing that speed slightly, otherwise we're going to end up
Paris traffic, speed of 15 whiskey 2 traffic ahead, will slow down to 270 knots for spacing.
And 270 knots is a nice speed anyway. It gives us a good rate of descent, and it's a long descent in this as well. Looks rather hazy, doesn't it? HD good teacher or good manuals? Both. Pop auto brake low on. It's not actually the longest runway here at Charles de Gaulle. How big is it? Let me just have a quick check on that. Something else I should have brought into the brief probably. How long is that runway? 26 left. 2,385. Yeah, so it's not a massive runway, but look at this. It's 60 meters wide. So gives us the false perspective. Keep an eye out for that. So we've got about 60 miles to go. A little bit more than that actually, but that's okay because looking at our altitude, we're nicely on a good profile here.
Seabird 115, report speed.
Dark Fury is 60 meters wide and 3 meters long. I've seen that Ryanair meme.
Typical traffic speed at 112 Charlie, no navigation, approximately 301.
So just taking our rate of descent against our ground speed, that looks good. Getting down slightly early, not a bad thing. We still need to slow down and configure. But we should be on the ground in around 20-25 minutes or so. Which is perfect, because I told the wife that it wouldn't be much after 4:30 in the afternoon when I'm done. RLS, is there a keyboard command to bring up the flight charts while flying in the sim without having to keep popping in and out of MS Windows? Well, I kind of cheat. I'm actually, you can't see this because of the overlay at the top. I'm actually flying in windowed mode, and on my second screen I've obviously got the toolbar at the bottom, so that's how I can access the charts. It is going to be a nice evening arrival into Paris. Something else to add into the brief for landing. The sun's going to be right in our eyes. Okay, seatbelt signs are on. Approach checklist. Departure arrival briefing is complete. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums 517 set. Engine mode selection is normal. EFB is stowed.
Seabird 12 Charlie Tango, we're doing 250 as indicated. Seabird 15 whiskey.
Okay, roger.
The toilets will now go out of use until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned on. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
So with no ATC around, the charts do actually have us at 250 knots for the moment. Well, I'm 4,000 feet above 10,000 feet, so I'm going to slow down once we get to 10,000 feet. Let's just say high speed approach is approved. Oh, Peter! Oh, Peter, thank you so much again. Really, Peter, you're incredibly generous. Not just on this flight either, Peter. You're always so generous, and thank you so much. Should I ever fly on the Avion network, I'd be more than happy to greet you at Copenhagen. Do you know what, Peter? I've not even got a login for them. I don't even have an account. So no, I don't. Might have to try it one day. I've not done IVAO. Right, let's start concentrating.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you may have noticed that we have just begun our final descent into our destination. If you could now assist the cabin crew by tidying up your tray table and handing them any litter as they come around, that would be most appreciated. For safety reasons, we ask now that you please turn off all electronic devices or switch them to airplane mode until after we have landed. Please note
So, going to be nicely within the constraints that we planned for. That's good. Jonathan says, did Peter just win the lottery? Well, pretty much, Jonathan, yes. He's celebrating a big promotion today at work. And we're all very, very happy for him. So we're now reducing speed 250 knots by 10,000 feet. I'm now headed towards Papa Golf 522. Let me activate the approach phase as well. So that's all done. Speed Alt Star, and I'm going to continue our descent all the way down to the platform altitude of 4,000 feet. And I'm going to just slow down our rate of descent there. So 1,000 feet per minute. So we've got speed VS 1000, and I want local QNH, which is 1005. 4,000 blue. To be fair, I can probably reduce that rate of descent a little bit. So after we have crossed over and left Papa Golf 522, we're going to continue on 329, then we're going to bear left for our PDB waypoint, which we've put in, and that'll bring us nicely in on the ILS. Be interesting to see when we get there if there's going to be any rain showers just crossing over the airport as we come in. Right, we've got OSB at the moment. That's not the correct identifier that we want.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed, armrests down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
So this just must be another ILS somewhere around Paris, not the one that we want. Okay, so now we're going to go direct to that initial fix. If we go place bearing distance 02, that should pop us back into nav mode. There we are. That's tidied up the flight plan, and that also gives us now an accurate track mileage. We have got 33 miles to go. And Charles de Gaulle traffic Alpine 31 Kilo Romeo is now outbound from Papa Golf 522 on the 1009 Whiskey. Arrival for capturing ILS runway 26 left. Currently approximately 20 miles out.
Charles de Gaulle traffic, Speedbird 15 Whiskey, overhead Papa Golf 522, we're at flight level 070, we're descending now to 4,000 feet, slowing to 220 knots for the 26 right ILS.
So remember, of course, we still need to slow down and configure, and we want 160 knots till 4 mile DME final as well. HD, you're off out on the dog walk. That's where I'm going after we've parked up and landed. I just hope it's not raining. Thanks muchly, HD. Shall speak to you soon. There we go, Delta Sierra uniform is now identified at 26 miles. Matthew Reynolds, good afternoon. Thank you for coming on board. Jonathan, if your plane's gone to green dot without activating the approach phase, you probably flew over the decel point, and that's where it happens automatically. Okay, so we're now going to activate the approach phase.
X-ray Alpha, ILS runway 26 left landing.
Could have just done with a distance there, but I'm guessing that's this guy here, so he shouldn't be any concern to us. So thrust idle, open descent. We can see we're starting to come and meet that glide slope nicely here, so we'll configure as we go. That should work out quite nice. Okay, so flaps 1, speeds checked. Flaps 1. And let's just continue a descent 500 feet per minute down to the platform altitude. We'll still lose speed at that, so that's okay. Speed VS 500. And we're just going to roll that back now all the way to 180 knots. Let's get the autopilots on. Alt, glide slope, lock, blue, cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2. Flaps 2 then, speeds checked, flaps 2. Little lift as well there, you may have noticed with flaps 2 coming out. And we should get lock start any second, perfectly timed to meet with the glide. Will we achieve the CDA? There's lock start. Just reducing that descent rate a little bit. See if we can get a CDA. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Charles de Gaulle, traffic Alpine 31 Kilo Romeo, established runway 26 left, 14 miles, speed 180 knots. Ah, that feeling when you leave 30,000 feet and don't level off. Now all we need to do is see the runway. Werner Miller, CD8 is a continuous descent approach, so basically we're not levelled off at all.
Speedbird 137 starting heading to 900 degrees,
and there we go, glide slopes captured, Mr. Approach altitude 4,000 feet is set, and we're on an 11 mile final. Wow, Peter! Peter, you've been generous throughout the entire flight, and I know you're celebrating, Peter. Well, we're celebrating with you, mate. Thank you so much for your unbelievable generosity on this flight, Peter. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the time with your daughter. 3 years old. I have 3 of them. I know. I hope she eats your dinner better than my daughters eat theirs. Thank you so much, Peter, for being with us today, and of course for your such kind support of the channel. I shall catch up with you very soon, I'm sure. Okay, let's get some lights on. I should have popped those on at 10,000 to be fair, but daylight, so not too much of an issue.
Charles de Gaulle traffic, speedbird 15 whiskey now established under localizer 26 right, slowing down to 180 knots, 15 miles out.
Mr. Approach, of course, we take off,
crossing runway 26 right.
climb to 4,000 feet, bearing right. Willie asks, is it going to be a crosswind landing? Yes, yeah it is. It should, maybe not quite as strong as this, but yes. Six-mile final, gear, spoilers, flaps 3, speed checked. We'll just start reducing that actually. Let's go to speed, flaps 3. In fact, I can't go to speed, it's going to be 160 knots. It's probably going to be okay, to be fair, but 160 knots. Ding that cabin. Where is that runway?
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
We said there was rain blowing across the airport. What looks to be correct. Here we go, 4-mile final. So, speed, flaps, full. Landing checklist, cabin is secured, auto thrust speed, go around altitude 4,000 set, and ECAM memo landing, no blue. Where's the runway? Go around, of course, is
1,000.
Toga. Go around flaps. Pitch up. Positive rate. Gear up. Thrust reduction. Don't forget to check the FMAs as well. Missed that. Where's the runway? Here comes the rain. Charles de Gaulle traffic, Alpine 31 Kilo Romeo. 2-mile final, runway 26 left. .517 feet.
Paris all-day traffic, Lufthansa 88, short.
There it is. I see lights. We're happy. We're gonna land. Here's the rainstorms that they spoke about. Autopilot off. I have control.
300. 100 above.
Remember, really wide runway. Really wide runway.
Minimum
Continue.
100.
Cool traffic, Alpine 37 Juliet Yankee, fully established ILS runway 26 left, 17 miles.
20. 10. 5.
Spoilers deployed. Reverse is on. God, that looked amazing, didn't it? That really did look good. Decel. 70 knots, reverses off. Disconnect those brakes.
Charlie to Gold Traffic, Speedbird 15 Whiskey, 26 right, 5 miles.
26 right? You're landing on the inner? Oh, dark.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you
De Gaulle
remain
traffic
seated
Alpine
until
31
the
Kilo
fasten
Romeo
seatbelt
vacated
sign
runway
has
26
been
left,
switched
Charles
off.
de Gaulle.
Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out.
I'm just going
Smoking is not
to
permitted
stop here
until you
and
reach
do
a
the
designated smoking area.
flows
On
for
behalf
after
of the
landing.
captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your EasyJet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or EasyJet app.
Tell you what, that looked stunning coming in, didn't it? I really, really enjoyed that. Now, if only I can work out where we are. I believe this is Sierra 3, but Dark's about to land on 26 right. So... no, that's not Sierra 3. We can't take that. Can't take that one. Willie says that was the most interesting weather landing you've seen on the stream. Yeah, it was great. A little bit of crosswind. We had the rain coming in. And rain showers have been forecast in the METAR. So it got it spot on and really made it interesting. And HD missed it. Right, we're going to cross here at Sierra 3. I'm going to need to check runway is clear, however, before we go any further. If you did enjoy that, guys, please do leave a like. Really makes a massive difference to the channel. Really do appreciate everyone that does that. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to hit subscribe. We're getting close, guys. 20,000. Right, so here's Sierra 3. We're going to hold at Sierra 3 because I'm certain that we've got an aircraft coming in. There he is. We've got an aircraft short final 26 left, so that's okay. To go traffic Alpine 31 Kilo Romeo is holding Sierra 3, waiting to cross runway 26 right. So, once...
Charlie Gold Traffic, Speedbird 15 Whiskey, exited 265 by Whiskey 2.
Okay, he's taking the rapid exit taxiway, so we'll cross. De Gaulle traffic Alpine 31 Kilo Romeo, crossing now runway 26 left at Sierra 3. And we'll pop the strobes on as well, as it's clearly an active runway. So with no ATC, we're just going to continue straight ahead to Park Stand Terminal 2. Give Dark Fury a little wave as we go. There's that other aircraft coming in to land. I hope they have weather just like us.
Yankee, runway 26 left, 4 miles.
The weather on arrival there really was something else. Matt Warren, you've just got the captain's pack. Oh, you shall absolutely love it. Really, really does help with the realism and the immersion. And it's a breeze to set up. weather we're getting today. Absolutely gorgeous. We've got the moon, we've got the high cumulonimbus clouds, and there's the next arrival.
Traffic, speedbird 123 Charlie, maintaining signal at Victor 3 and Sierra 3, crossing on 2. Traffic.
Right, no idea where we would actually park, but for argument's sake, we're going here. So we're at Ramp Charlie. Parking brakes are set, APU is on and running, we'll get the bleed air on and we'll cut power to engine 1 and 2. Willie, thanks for being on board, mate. Speak to you later. Seatbelt signs are off and N1 below 10. Beacon lights on as well. Oh, sorry, off. Do we have any ground vehicles to meet us? Apparently not.
So they're turning fine along the 25, very slowly.
Here they all come. Oh, that's it, guys. Welcome to Paris, City of Love, for our Valentine's Day stream. Oh, as landings go, visually, I thought that looked absolutely beautiful. Really neat. Really nice. And I think this may only be the second time we've ever been to Charles de Gaulle. We've flown into Orly a couple of times, but Charles de Gaulle, I think this was the first time we'd done it, so great to be able to do that. Right, that's me done for the day. Thank you so much to everyone who has flown alongside me today. To those of you who have donated and contributed to the stream as well, a huge thank you to you guys for your generosity, and to Peter who's left now, but a huge thanks to Peter as well, as we also celebrate a promotion with him, now senior air traffic controller at Denmark. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope whatever you're doing today for Valentine's Day, you are either having fun and chilling out perhaps with your other half, and if not, I'm sure you'll be able to sit back, chill, and watch whatever you want on the TV. To those EasyJet SimPilot channel members, thank you so much as well for your continued support. I look forward to speaking to you all again very soon. Have a great Valentine's Day, everyone. Enjoy Paris. Bye-bye.
Lufthansa 88 Juliet on final, 7 miles final, very slowly runway 25.